Here's another potential danger as far as Elon Musk being the only man in charge of Twitter. He has an unusual lifestyle. He says he doesn't own a home right now and sleeps in friends' spare rooms. Elon Musk has said he doesn't own a home. He's been sleeping on friends' spare beds despite reportedly being the world's richest man. Speaking in his TED interview, which Willie Doo's been recommending, with Chris Anderson, Musk said he does not currently have a home. Well, this is specifically when he's in the San Francisco area, which is where Tesla's Fremont plant still is. I mean, he's got to be there. Presumably not as much, but I don't even own a place right now. This is the quote. I'm literally staying at friends' places. If I travel to the Bay Area, which is where most of Tesla's engineering is, I basically rotate through friends' spare bedrooms. Well, keep in mind the type of friends you might have if your name's Elon Musk.
They're house-sized.
The spare bedroom is actually, exactly, it's actually 3,000 square feet with its own pool. Uh-huh. And the person who owns it isn't even there. They're like, yeah, you can stay there if you want. I mean, that's the type of friends you might have. Well, I know you know about these things. I know the way you like to do it when you're in the Bay Area.
My crazy lifestyle?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. You just call up your friends as well. No, I mean, it is significant, though. But it does make you wonder. You got billions of dollars, and you're going back and forth to these places. It's a very... maybe he's discovering something similar to what Jack seems to be doing with all those glass bottles and the military clock and whatnot. It's everything is a distraction from your goals. Everything. Every possession you have. Well, you got to get rid of them all, Will, so you can just focus on the goal.
What happened to his $50K?
You got to cancel your Bronco, Will. You can't have it.
Okay.
This show is going downhill once you get that Bronco. You're going to be out on the open road. You understand?
Yeah. I'm done here after this.
You need more glass bottles and fewer Broncos.
Well, what happened to his prefabbed house?
No, they're saying specifically when he's in San Francisco. The prefab is near Starbase when he's working on SpaceX. Oh. I presume he has some sort of dwelling near Austin as well, where the new factory is. But the point being is, with that much money and being that important, most people would have residence in the place that they do work. But look at him. Here's what he said. I do not own a yacht. I do not take holidays. I don't take vacations. So it's not as that my personal consumption is high. One exception is a plane. But if I don't use the plane, I have less hours to work. See, it's a very matter of fact, I think, the way it works in his mind. He's like, is this helping me achieve the things I want to achieve? No? Bye. Mm-hmm. Bye-bye. Is it helping me do those things? Yes. And now, that's a very...
pragmatic.
Sort of strict. Having a family myself, I realize how difficult that drawing that very distinct line is. Mm-hmm. But I think he has a pretty aggressive approach to work. Which you would have to if you're trying to do some of the things that he's trying to do. Mm. However, coming back to the family part, he's received some degree of criticism about this, although sort of in a joking manner. There was a recent interview in Vanity Fair with Musk's former partner, wife, Grimes. Or, I mean, I think they haven't, they're still kind of together, sort of. In that interview, she said, bro lives at times below the poverty line, to the point where I was like, can we not live in a very insecure $40,000 house? In other words, implying that the spot they're living in is unsafe to some extent, where the neighbors like film us and there's no security and I'm eating peanut butter for 8 days in a row.
It's like, yeah, can we not do that? You're like a billionaire here.
So it goes to show you how, I mean, you can be driven to the extent that people around you, it becomes very hard for people to be around you in a consistent way. Mm-hmm. That you can be a little too one track. And he's not one track even, because you got SpaceX and Tesla, and obviously now Twitter is... you had the Boring Company, which you don't hear about very much anymore.
I would imagine like if his kids want to stay over, where are they gonna stay over? Don't you want like a place for them?
I'm guessing they don't very often.
Yeah.
I'm guessing he's got to go visit them, or maybe they go on trips together.
Hmm.
In which case, but if they have to get filtered into the same strict protocol, maybe when they're old enough to aid in the business or something.
Yeah.
Here we go. A shout out, Jesse. Elon said during the recent TED Talk that he spent 3 years sleeping the majority of nights on the Tesla production floor. He wanted the employees to see him sacrificing as they were. Oh, that's correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I've heard that in the past as well. Maybe that's part of it, is that maybe he envisions a scenario where his lifestyle is so different from those people that he's attempting to have be as driven as he is. And so he's trying to showcase.
Yeah.
It's possible.
I kind of agree. Maybe it's like a form of inspiration too.
It could be, but when the wife is saying, do I have to eat peanut butter for 8 days in a row?
Yeah, that's tough.
You're worth $250 billion? I know maybe she's exaggerating. I don't know. And what am I even talking about? She's Grimes. She could just order DoorDash too, but do you know what I'm saying?
I think the security thing is an issue.
Right.
You know?
Or just hotel. Do a hotel thing. For her, he can pop in.
I don't know.
And
I don't know. I would have assumed that these options would have been considered. I think at some point when you have a newborn, as they do, I think you're trying to be together in a domestic environment to an extent. That's what most people do anyway. I don't think you're trying to be in a hotel. So,
I like that.
yeah, well, apparently, according to Larry Page, Elon would just show up and say, I don't know where I'm going to stay tonight. Can I come over? Just randomly. You just hit up Larry Page. But like I said, Larry Page probably got a really nice spare bedroom.
Yeah, a guest house.
Like Willie Do, I don't think you're going to complain about what he's going to provide you.
No.
I think you're going to be just fine. I think you're going to have a mini fridge in there, at least. Maybe even a full size.
Yeah.
I mean, you might just want to be around people too. If you're alone at home, that could also be
Go ahead, break it down for us, Finn.
part of it. No, I know people that just, I think what it boils down to is just wanting to be around other people.
Yeah, and if he's just like hanging out with Larry Page, that would be quite an interesting conversation. If they're just hanging out.
Yeah.
Well, my understanding is a lot of the times, because his friends are all billionaires, and the vast majority of them don't live the way he lives. Like a lot of times, they just give him the keys to their house. Like, you can stay at my house. I'm not even there. They're the jet setting type.
Right.
So I don't know how often they're actually physically in the same space, because there were rumors going around. People had posted some of the houses that he had been borrowing or staying in. I don't know how often it turns into a social event versus just using a premises. Because if it's using the place, then you're not going to be able to rent a place that's as nice as your billionaire friends.
Yeah.
If you find yourself in San Francisco and you're just looking for an Airbnb randomly, it's not going to be as nice as Larry Page's house if he's not there. Or even if he is there, it's still not going to be as nice.
Yeah. I would imagine, like, if I was Larry Page, I would want to see Elon. Like, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, but
Let's
these are also incredibly busy people that we're talking about here.
I would go out of my way to go back home and see Elon.
Wow, fly back in. Like, I'll meet you there.
Yeah.
No, you're right. These people that have these conversations.
Well,
one that's for certain that's like that is what's his name? Is it Branson? No, not Branson. Is it Ellison? Who's in Hawaii all the time? Is it Larry Ellison? Anyway, whatever. They were tracking. Elon Jet was tracking him going back and forth to this guy's spot in Hawaii, and he stays there. He's like whoever I'm talking about, one or the other.
Okay.
I think it's. You don't have to look into it, Will. It's really not that important.
All right. I won't.